Hey guys, Matt with the Mad Catter. Alright, tonight I am going to kind of show you guys the route that I take, show you the different groups of cats that I film, and kind of give you a better idea of where they are and in relation to one another. So, alright, I'm going to get going. I'm going to show you our street first. Alright, so this is our street looking down towards the way I go to the Colonies. So I will be back when I get to the end of this street. Alright, so I'm coming to the end of our street. Our street kind of curves around and runs into this next street. So I'll film a little more when I get down there. Alright, so this is at the end of my street. You can see that cat going up the driveway right there. This is about 10-12 houses away from our house. And that is Shaggy right there. So Shaggy makes his way around the neighborhood. But this house over here with the orange lights, that is where I usually film the big tabby cat who has the bad mats on his back, and the white cat with a few black markings. They're always laying together. This is where I film them. And right now Shaggy is in their driveway. It's pretty funny. Alright, from here I'm going to go down to the next street, and I will film a little more when I get down there. And there goes Shaggy, right across the street in front of me. He's probably going to make his way down to our house right now, so I don't know where he's going, but he's going into their backyard. Okay, there he is. I don't know if you can see him over there. He's sitting on the wall. There he goes. Shaggy gets around. Alright, on to the next street. Alright, now I'm at the corner, and here is one of the little tortie kittens from the next street over that I used to film him and his siblings eating on the sidewalk, and the mama would come down. She was a tortie. That's one of the kittens. So now I'm off to this next street. This is where the first colony is. So I'll film when I get to the corner. Alright, so I'm now at the next corner. This big 2-story red brick house, that is where about 20 of the cats are. You can see the cats already coming. So that's where about 20 of the cats are, and all the kittens. So all the little ginger kittens, and Pippin, and Cinnamon, and Casper, and Pepper, and Willow, and Little Red, and Jasper. All those cats come from here. Now those, hang on one second. Alright, had to let about 8 cars go by. Alright, so you can already see the cats over there. A lot of those cats go back and forth between the house down there with the palm trees in the front yard. That is where Magus is, and Scottish, and Bully goes back and forth too, but he's there a lot. The little tabby female, you can see one of the flame points, the ones that look white, they're actually flame points, but there's one down there. So they go back from that house to this house. So this is where I do most of my trapping. This is where I do a lot of the feeding crunchies. In fact, I've got a bunch of them waiting over there right now. Alright, so I'm going to start feeding these guys, and I'll be back in a minute. Alright, so this is the little group at this first house I stop at. There's a lot more cats in this. I still have to fix a lot of these guys. And then of course I've got Golden Boy laying over here. We'll just walk down and check everybody out. And that little one on the end right there, that is Cinnamon, and Cinnamon still has a hurt leg. She seems to be getting around okay. Unfortunately, right at the moment, there's nothing I can do to help her, so just hope she's okay. She does walk with a limp. Poor baby. Alright, so these guys all have clean water and some crunchies for the night. And I am going to move down to the other house, a couple houses down. Alright, just a little bit more video. Alright, down to the next spot. Alright, so this is the next place I usually put food. And a lot of the same cats from the other house come down here too. So these guys will sit down here. If you look, on the other side of the wall, that's where the second tub is. So alright, we'll go into the driveway and I'll put some food out for Scottish and Magus. Alright, so here comes Magus. We're in the driveway. This is usually where you find Scottish and Magus and the little tabby female. Golden Boy's here a lot. Sometimes Breezy's over here too. I don't see her tonight. But I don't know where Scottish is. He's probably out here somewhere. So these cats usually come running all the way down from 3 houses down from that 2-story house. So I generally leave food 3 places here. The other house, that wall, and then this driveway. Alright, I'm going to move on to the last and final spot that I feed every night and film. And before I go, if you look right across the street, there's the big black and white male. Now, that male is even scared of Bully. So that's what a bully is. And then we've got one of the kittens under the car. And there's another one. And there's the big male. There's still a lot of cats around here I have to fix. Alright, on to the next spot. But before I leave, Scottish showed up. So here's Scottish. Alright, on to the next spot. Alright, that is where I just was, and someone followed me. Alright, so now I have to go down this street. This street runs right behind our street, so I'll film when I get down a ways. Alright, as I was walking down the street, I spotted one of the kittens from the 2-story house we were just at. And there he is, hiding out. So these guys are starting to disperse around the neighborhood. Alright, let's get going to the next spot. Alright, so like our street, this street curves around. So I'm going to walk down a bit and I'll be back. Alright, we're around the curve. And down there is the 3rd spot. That is where Sonny and Mac and Betty and the tuxedos and the tabbies are. So I will see you guys when I get down there. And here comes somebody's cat that I give crunchies to every day coming to greet me. Hi, buddy. I always give this guy a little bit of crunchies, so he kind of comes to expect it. All right, off to the last stop. A little view of the strip. And right here is the final stop. And right here is my final and last feeding stop of the night usually. Little crunchies on the wall, and we got the third water tub. And I don't see anybody. Oh, there's Mac. Mac is out, and I don't see anybody else. But Sonny is waiting. And we got a couple others, the tabby and the old cow kitty. Here comes Sonny. So that's basically it. That's my nightly round. All 3 spots. So I am now going to head home. I hope you guys enjoyed this little kind of tour of my nightly feeding filming rounds. Couple of the babies over there. Don't know where anybody else is. Check and see before I leave. No. I think I know where Betty is. Betty's over at our house at Mad Catterville eating right now. So she's been going straight to the source lately. Alright, I'm going to say goodnight to Sonny and these kitties, and I am headed home. Hope you guys liked it, and I will see you guys in the next video, and as always, do something kind for cats. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. I just kind of wanted to give you a little idea of where I go, where the cats are in relation to one another. You didn't see a lot of it because I just didn't film me walking the entire length of the route, but I gave you the best kind of ideas of where I see cats, where they are in relation to one another. I hope you guys enjoyed that. There is one other colony, the original colony. I visit it from time to time now. I don't go every day. They have a colony feeder, Jody, who inherited that colony from the original caretaker who passed away a few years ago. She's doing a great job. She feeds the cats. You know, they've got water. So I know that they're taken care of. So I just kind of go down once in a while now to get some film of them. But just wanted to share a little tiny bit of, you know, an insight into where I go every night and where the cats are in relation to one another. So I know I kind of have mentioned it in other videos, but unless you actually see it, it's kind of hard to, you know, to understand exactly where they are. Like the one big 2-story house and the other house like 2 or 3 houses down with the palm trees where Scottish and Magus are. Those cats go back and forth. You saw the big black and white male cat that I showed you. That is across the street from where Magus is, and on the other side of the house is where those 4 kittens were, the 2 torties, the ginger, and the tabby with the tortie mom that I was feeding a couple months ago. That's where they were, and now they're kind of all dispersed out into the neighborhood. So, you know, I'll give you guys updates on those cats as I see them. If I, you know, kind of figure out where they establish new territories, I'll film them and let you guys know what's happening with them. But I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope you like seeing kind of a little bit of my route every night. So thank you guys for watching. I appreciate. Thank you for being there. Thank you for supporting the channel and subscribing. You guys are amazing. I'll see you next time.